Hello. So the reason why I decided to do this video is because I have never really introduced myself and let people know who I am, where I come from, and just certain things like that. Well, some videos I have done it, but not too much because even though I have been on YouTube, I think maybe since I signed up for it in 2009, I didn't really do my first video until last year, September of last year. And the reason being is because I just really don't know too much about YouTube. Like, even still, as you guys I'm pretty sure can see, the first time I ever even record was the video for my no-bake strawberry and banana cake. Those are let me tell you, my family didn't even want me to take pictures of them because I have no concept of how to use a camera, and I'm learning. And especially with the lighting and stuff, I'm trying to get it together. I just don't want to seem, because on some of the videos, I'm looking too light, and I don't I want to show my natural color, my real blemishes. I have had acne since I was 12 years old, so I have pores, large pores. I'm really doing good as far as not having too many acne scars. I really don't have anything. I just have the scars on my body and my back. So that's what I'm working on now. But my face and neck, I've been doing pretty good with that. So I'm very happy about that. So that's a little bit, one of my imperfections is my skin, my acne. And then another one is that I have a big stomach. I've always had a big stomach, even when I was skinny. Like, all my weight was in my stomach, and I don't know how to get rid of it. I've been talked about behind it, laughed at it, scorned, but I've never let it hold me back because it's my body. So instead of looking at what I was taught was, one time I was taught this, and this is when I was going through a bad time, because I used to get so depressed to where I didn't care about my appearance. I wouldn't comb my hair. Have you ever had a desire inside of you that will burn? I mean, would just burn like through a coal. And I would keep trying to put coal on it to burn it out because I was afraid of it. And I was afraid of it for a couple of reasons. Main thing is once I let it out, people could judge it, and I can judge it as well. And a couple of well, actually, my boss, not a couple, but my boss recently told me, she said, you know what, your worst enemy is you. And I think that goes along with a lot of people, because for one, I come from a background where I was harshly criticized. There was nothing that I could do that I had done that was right. I mean, I was always an outsider. I never fit in with anybody. And when I'm telling you about this desire and how I had to put coals on it because I was afraid of judgment, it was a safeguard as well for me. However, I was only hurting me. And I'm going through the process now of learning what it's like, what self-love means, and not to be like self-love as far as your outer appearance, how sexy you are, nothing vain. I want to be beautiful, not only for the woman that I see in the mirror, but for the woman that I present to God. And hopefully, in the future, my husband. So those are things that I'm working on, slowly but surely. But it takes a lot to get through. Like I said, I buried my desire for so long, for so many years. I can't even tell you guys how many years. Because I've always been into odd fashion. I never liked I would like some stuff that was out. Yeah, that was cute. That was cute. But I'm an eclectic person, so I would like to pick and match and do all kinds of fun things. Just like today, excuse me, with my ensemble today. So, that's just what I did. And I was born in Peoria, Illinois, but I moved from there when I turned 12, and I lived my life in Denver, Colorado, up until 5 years ago, where I moved to Lakewood, New Jersey. And I love it out here on the East Coast. I love it so, so, so much. And how I even came about coming out here is visiting New York City. The thing is with New York City, like, as soon as I had landed, like, I was always afraid of the East Coast because of the movies, because of the image and the rap game. And it seemed, even with the videos, they were always dark and grim. And I just like to see light and sunshine and colors, and a happy good time. I don't want to hear all about that drug dealing life. That I don't know nothing about that. So when I believe I had turned 31, and a couple of my friends, we came out here to New York City, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the fact that it has a soul, and you can be whoever you want to out here, and people's like, okay, that's just you doing you. Where in Denver, it's like broke down. I mean, I just, that's just how I always felt. So I would be the worst of the worst. And when I tell you I was the worst of the worst, I was good at being lazy and, not taking care of myself. But one thing I always took pride in is that was being a mother and being able to provide for my son. I got pregnant when I was 16. And before I had got pregnant, I wanted to go into media. I wanted not to be in front of the camera, more behind the camera, because I like telling people what to say. I just, I just do. I like to make people feel good and make them think, and make them look good. Not just feel good, but look good. It's a whole thing with me. I like self-cleansing. That's just very, very important. So that's where I was going to go, was mass communications. And then I got pregnant and I had my beautiful child. He did ask me not to leave his name and, bring any pictures onto my YouTube channel. So that's a little bit of my background. And now, as of today, what I'm doing is I'm working in a field that is new to me. I come from the office background, and so now I am a service beverage manager at a convenience store. I work in a deli. And who would have thought, if back in Denver, you would be frowned upon working in such a place. You got to have a certain status and be going somewhere. So this has been a humbling experience for me, and I think that's really why I like the East Coast, because I was maybe full of myself and focused on the wrong things in life. And it takes more. This life is not just about possessions. It's not just about status. It's about fulfillment. And when I lived in Denver, I was never fulfilled. I was just like bummed. Have you ever just felt like this? Like, what am I doing? Just every day, maintain, work, listen to the BS. Friends saying they're friends, smiling in my face, and then I'm hearing from their friends the things that they're saying about me. And that's hurtful. And not to say that that's only going on in Denver, because trust and believe, I have been going through it out here as well. We as women, you can have the best intentions, and just like that, only thing, like someone that you might like and adore, and you really, really pushing for this person to make it. you just don't want everyone else to do the same. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I have been encountering out here. I've been going through some stuff, but I've also been finding out that I have a group of people that is behind me that tells me, straight up, don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. So that's what I'm doing is I'm fighting. I'm also in school part-time for cosmetology. It's something I've always loved. I love fashion. I have always been a big Diana Ross fan ever since I was little. Oh my goodness, Diana Ross. I love Diana Ross. I love Michael Jackson, Boy George, George Michael, all the 80s, Cyndi Lauper, Madonna. I'm not really into this new Madonna, but I think just because I've outgrown, all that trying to be, I don't know, calm down a little bit. But Barbara Streisand, Dolly Parton. I love Dolly Parton. I love me some Dolly. So, and those are all people who have always been into fashion and been trendsetters and done their own things, like, walk to their own beat. You would never see, if you was to see these people in a crowd, they would definitely stand out for being indifferent. And I like that. And before, I always thought I wanted to be in with the in crowd, or in with somebody, where I can hide and we can all mesh and we can all have the same ideas and everything would be fine. But it was bringing me so much unhappiness not to be able to be creative. And that's what I've learned is I can be creative, and it's okay if no one else liked it but me. It's all right for me to do this. So now let me tell you about why I decided to do YouTube videos. While I had started getting on YouTube, it was just to listen to music. And my son was telling me to make a page, and that's what I did, just so I can listen to the music, keep it in there, and whenever I wanted to hear it, I can go on to it. I started watching a beautiful young lady named Atia, and I liked how she was talking. She has a little southern accent, which is so cute, and her hair regimen.